Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine and I talk about various topics. Today is story time. True story on African witchcraft. This was an experience from somebody I know very well. Therefore, it's a true story because I trust this person a lot. This happened in Kenya in one town called Bungoma. Bungoma is on the western part of Kenya with the tribe of the Bukusu people. The Bukusu people belong to the Luyi tribe and they're full of traditions. Although it's a modern, or we have the modern Bukusus who have dropped most of the traditions, but still some of them hold on to so many traditions, and some turn to witchcraft as well. Besides, there's no problem with traditional medicine because that's kind of something natural. Besides, instead of making tablets in the lab, they use the herbs, which is also healthy. But this is now witchcraft, as it's in spiritual. This world is spiritual, as we all know, spiritual in a negative way and can be spiritual in a positive way. So in this story, negative spirits met with positive spirits when this was happening. So stay on if you want to hear the story. So it happened that there was one family of sisters, but they are stepsisters, both married, both have lots of kids, and one family seemed to be having like always happy. Of course, all families might be experiencing hardships here and there, but one family seemed to know how to handle issues, but the other family did had a lot of money, but most of the time it was in crisis of the husband cheating. These are two women, two stepsisters. It happened between two stepsisters. Like the husband of the other stepsister, let's name her Philomena, and the other one Medina. Philomena and Medina are stepsisters. These are not the actual names. So Philomena's family seems to be happy, prayerful family, husband not cheating here and there. But Medina's family had issues. Is it Philomena or Medina? Medina's family had issues. Philomena's family did not have issues. So this Medina's family, the lady, the sister, began feeling jealous about the stepsister, Philomena. So this Medina collected all her stepsisters and held a meeting just to see how they can make the life of Philomena difficult, because this Philomena seemed to be having everything that a woman will desire for her family. But this Medina seemed to be having every negative thing that a woman will wish for her family, for her marriage rather. This Medina, when she was having marriage issues, she would run to Philomena's house, and Philomena will accommodate her, give her guidance until everything was okay at her family. But as they say, your greatest enemy is within you. Don't look far. Your greatest enemy is just lying, just within you. You don't have to go far to get your enemy. So this Medina had other sisters who are the stepsister to this Philomena. They had just completed some, these burial ceremonies in up country, in the village. This Medina family was from the city, having, these executive jobs and everything like that. You wouldn't imagine that this Medina family can get into witchcraft, those people who work in offices with high heels and, things like that. And then they gathered after this burial ceremony of their grandfather, who happened to be their father, married to two wives, father of Philomena and father of Medina. After their burial, after their traditional ceremonies, after some burial, they gathered together and decided how they're gonna get rid of this happy Philomena. They're gonna poison, make sure that she gets the share of their pain. And the best way they could think of was to consult a witch doctor. Best witch doctor in Kenya. That was the best witch doctor in Kenya, now passed away. Yeah. This witch doctor actually was staying in some very nice estate in Kenya, and nobody used to go to that house because when he finally died and moved out of that house, nobody used to go to that house because of the events that were going on in that house, as in they will find the breakfast served by some unknown entity, things like that. They will find their house cleaned by an unknown entity. So nobody used to move to that house. It left empty up to now in a very nice estate, posh area in Nairobi. So after these guys, as I was saying, gathered for a ceremony to get rid of this Philomena, you know what they did? They held the ceremony at the witch doctor's hut. The guy has some hut also in it. It looks like he has a venue everywhere in every town that he has to perform this witchcraft ritual. So they went to meet in that venue. One of their sisters who was against this, one of the stepsisters of Philomena was against this. So she, not to betray them, she just went there and watched from the side. And she is the one who gave the story to Philomena, everything that happened around there. So they were all naked. You know, these executive people are all naked. There was a pot in the middle, and then this witch doctor was boiling some stuff in that pot with some concoctions. How they collect the culprits pieces, nobody knows. Maybe when they go to visit, how they sneak into the room and collect items is just mysterious completely, and it's a bit scary. It's a bit disturbing. You imagine you have a visitor you trust so much, and then suddenly you find some of your stuff at the witchcraft scenario, and you didn't see this person going to get them, or you wonder, maybe when I went to the toilet or I went to cook, the person sneaked into my room. That's a bit dangerous, you know. Maybe it's done in a spiritual way, I don't know. Pieces of hair or anything, pieces of nails collected and put in this concoction that was being boiled, and they were dancing around this concoction, making some chants that the witch doctor had told them to make. The witch doctor is a fat guy. He's a famous guy known in Kenya by that time, though he passed away. So they were dancing around these concoctions, singing chants, blah, blah, blah. Nothing was happening actually, because this Philomena kind of was very spiritual also on the positive side. As in, she was more on, you know, spiritual in the Christian way. Same to them, but they were double. So these were like demons meeting angels. Spiritual demons meeting demons, like angels meeting demons kind of stuff. So things were not working out for them, and they're wondering what's happening. That's why we believe in the power of prayer. This Philomena's family used to pray every day, and this Philomena family is Catholic, so they have this rosary that they say for the Mother of Mary, who comes to your aid when you're in trouble. Sometimes she protects you. So that's why most of the pictures that you see of the Virgin Mary, most of the time she's stepping on a snake. Like, she will step on your enemy if you try anything. So these people were like, what? They stood there naked, wondering why nothing is happening. So this witch was like also wondering, because he said nothing has ever failed on my side, I promise you. And that's why they got him. He's very expensive. They spent a fortune on him and things were not working. And he was also wondering what happened. Then one of them got an idea. I got an idea, she said. This lady likes saying the rosary. You know, the rosary. Let me show you how a rosary looks like. A rosary normally is like some praises to the Virgin Mary, and it looks like this. Telling her how good she is, things like that, chanting praises for her. And since she's the Mother of God, she protects us. So one of them says, I have an idea. I had collected her rosary, but I did not tell you because I was a bit scared. I don't know why, but now that things are not working, I know that she used to like saying this rosary so much. So what we're gonna do now, maybe it's protecting her. So what we're gonna do is destroy it, cut it into pieces, and add it in our concoction. Even the witch doctor had never heard such an idea from anyone else, but he thought could be, maybe it will work. Because he knew that he's dealing with some evil people anyway. Because if you come to him, definitely, he knows very well that he's a witch doctor. Nobody who's good comes to him. So the guy says, sounds like an idea. And they dumped the pieces of the rosary that they had carried, torn into pieces, cut into pieces. They dumped it into the concoction. Hell broke loose. Hell broke loose at that venue the moment they cut the piece of the rosary and dropped it into the concoctions that they were dancing around. They could not even start dancing when the roofs of the huts around that village were all blown off by something that looked like a hurricane. Everything was thrown off. All the concoctions that were in that pot were thrown off. So this was like spirits, angels fighting with the demons now they had met in the pot. Everything was thrown aside, scattered all around, and the place looked like a hurricane had just appeared there. Hurricane Katrina had just appeared in that venue. They all were so shocked. They stood there perturbed, naked. And one of them suddenly starts screaming, bring a calf, I want to rape the calf. They had gone berserk. The witch doctor himself said, you know guys, I'm out of here. There's a stronger power here than my power. And the guy packed his things, off he went, never to be seen again. Everybody who was there, I don't know how they clothed, I don't know whether they wore their clothes or they ran out of that area naked. But for sure, nobody stayed in that place. And the witchcraft session stopped completely. Everything went silent again, like nothing had happened there after everybody had left. And this is the story that one of the stepsisters who was at the venue but could not join because she did not want to betray her sister brought to the Philomena lady. So this is just one of the stories of the backfired witchcraft. And it's a true story. Witchcraft versus Christianity met. And this was the result. So if you like my video, please like, subscribe, and share. Ciao.